There's a lot of pieces of our game that we've really liked, over the last stretch here. We've been real competitive in each and every game. It doesn't really matter who the opponent is.
Rims it, Dubois to the slot. They score! Kyle Connor with his 47th goal of the season.
Those are the pieces that we'll take. Now we start to dig in and reevaluate things. And that process starts tomorrow.
Seattle Kraken had 60 points in the inaugural season, was 15th in the conference. They're only 75-1 to win the cup.
It's our first full day as a staff back in the office, and it's nice to get everybody in, and we've had a casual morning. We'll get to work here as we get a little bit later in the day, but more importantly, just getting some of the players back in the building. It's nice to see that energy and life come back in the building.
They should be better this year, but how much better? Merles, we'll go to you first on this one. Seattle, how much better are they actually going to be?
Yeah, I think they're going to be a lot better. Just those players you mentioned, Burakovsky, Bjorkstrand.
It's an excitement to get to work, to continue building. Coming off of a challenging first year where we grew and we built a lot of the foundational things that we wanted to. Now we have the opportunity to continue to progress and build off of that.
But awesome hockey market we saw last year. We saw those fans come out in droves. And Merles, they are better. You said it. Ron Francis, when he did the expansion draft, he was looking for sustained relevancy. They got some great pieces for moving forward, and they would definitely be more competitive. This is the goal. This is the plan all along, and they got some young studs in this pipeline. And
we're going to have a lot of new faces again. A lot of change over in our dressing room. So the first challenge is bringing that whole group together and become a tighter team quicker than we were able to last year. Now we got to build off of that, and that's an exciting opportunity.
Bonjour. On behalf of owner Alex Morello and the entire Arizona Coyotes organization, we'd like to thank the Montreal Canadiens and the great city of Montreal for your hospitality this week. And with that, as we take our next step in our journey towards the Stanley Cup, I'd like to invite our GM, Bill Armstrong, to make our selection.
Arizona selects from the U.S. National Development Program, Logan Cooley.
It's Logan Cooley. Shane Wright can only clap once again. Shades of Aaron Rodgers, the NFL draft back in the day.
And with that, the fourth selection in the 2022 NHL draft belongs to the Seattle Kraken. Seattle, you're on the clock.
Probably the toughest thing for people to understand is the patience that's needed in the NHL.
Got a little more motivation now.
It's tough enough building an expansion team when you're trying to do it during a COVID pandemic. It makes it kind of crazy. Some guys are playing, some guys aren't playing. Maybe someday we'll take the time to sit back and write a book, but we're much better times now, and we think we're headed in the right direction.
Next on the clock is the Kraken. Let's see who the Seattle Kraken picked. It was Matty Beniers last year from Michigan. Here comes Ron Francis.
With the fourth selection, the Seattle Kraken are proud to select from the Kingston Frontenac's Shane Wright.
We drafted 18 kids in the first 2 years.
It's not when, it's where, and what you do.
Shane, welcome to the NHL.
Thank you very much.
We feel we're fortunate to get Matty and Shane, and as a future of this organization, we're in good shape with those two guys. But it takes time for kids that are 18, 19, 20 to understand the league. The player you see now is not the player you're going to see at 23, 24. So, it's a process of getting through that. And, our job is to make sure we manage that, give them every opportunity of success. But we also, have to ask our fans to enjoy it and watch the kids now. And as exciting as they are now, they're going to be better in 3-4 years. So that's a process to get there.
All right, here we go. We're going to take this. Ready?
But as we say in the business, it's kind of life on a hockey stick, right? That's all part of it. So.
All right, perfect.
41 years I've been involved in the game. I've never been through a season like last year, both on and off the ice. We talk about wanting to have cap space, wanting to have draft capital, and that allowed us to do the Bjorkstrand trade. And this is a guy that scored 28 goals and 50-some points last year. We think he's a real solid two-way player, and we're beyond that. He's excited to be here. We're excited to have him, and we're looking for big things from him moving forward.
I was on my honeymoon with my wife in South Africa. Got the call from the GM that I was traded, and obviously a lot of, it was a little bit of a shock, but after, thinking about it for a few days and so on, started getting really excited about it. Heard a lot of good things about Seattle as a city and sports cities. Just started to think about, what it's going to be like to be here.
Oliver Bjorkstrand in 3, 2, and 1. Oliver, first off, welcome to Seattle. Given this place maybe never crossed your mind 5 months ago, what's the most recent step that made you feel the most comfortable around here?
I don't know. It's just getting familiar with the guys in the team, the coaching, all that stuff. I've been here for about 3 weeks now, so I'm just getting comfortable with the area. Driving to the rink, all those small little things, but it's all going well, so it's all good.
So this is going to play right before you guys skate onto the ice. The reason why you don't have your helmet is we make your eyes red like the Kraken on your jersey. So why don't we start with someone up here.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Really cool. Oh, we got a really good red eye effect at the end.
Good.
Teammates can often make such a big difference in transition. Why were these teammates so helpful for you?
This seems like, everybody's nice. It's a good group of guys. They're very welcoming, and it makes it easy that you just feel comfortable coming in.
I haven't changed at all.
I'm not changed.
First year in Columbus, we both went to rookie camp together and we're linemen, so now we're here. So that was 9 years ago.
It's true? You live for that. You love it. Come on.
WHL Portland, if you go back and relive one day with them, what would it be?
Well, probably winning the Western Hockey League championships, yeah.
Bjorkstrand scores! The wait is over. Simply the best.
A lot of good moments there, so enjoyed my time.
The Portland Winterhawks are Western Hockey League champions.
Very excited about it, from what I've seen as far as the Climate Pledge Arena.
Thank you, guys.
It seems like you can get a really good atmosphere there. Just even watching people around the streets, seeing them supporting their different sports teams is very exciting, and I see a lot of Kraken stuff, so that excites me.
I think as a team, you need to have high standards. The goal for sure should be try to get into playoffs, but of course you gotta go out and prove it on the ice and come together as a group and show other teams that we deserve some respect.
Good. All right, here we go, guys. Stand by. And 5.
Jared, thanks so much for doing this. Year 2 in Seattle. What's different?
Other than a couple players. How's it going, guys? Hey, nice to meet you.
You too.
We've just got a little bit more confidence this year. We've got to know each other a little bit more. The kind of the core guys that have been there for a little bit, or obviously the last year. We got some new guys here, and I feel like we're going to be a better team.
Hey, Jared. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you doing? Jeff packed everything. You're good to go. Good to go.
The deal you signed, it's the biggest deal you've had, right?
Yep.
In the league. You feel, at least it sounds like, you feel that you found a team that you can last with.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely had a different start than a lot of younger players had in the NHL. Obviously, I was traded after my first season, and it was difficult. I was thinking about this. How many sticks do you think, how many times do you think I've taped a stick in my life? I think I learned pretty early that it was a business. Kind of think about what you did wrong. And
Good.
if there's a good deal out there to be made, you got to make it, right? That's the job as a GM.
What's up, man?
How are you? Good. How you doing? Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Mr. Hofford, how are you, sir?
How are you doing?
Well, it's been good. Got a good opportunity to play. And, new contracts. I'm there for 5 years now.
That's all right.
Not bad. I'll take it. To have a deal, to have a guy like Ron, believe in me and show him, I want to win. I want to win a Stanley Cup, and I want to bring it to Seattle. I want to do it for him. I want to do it for my family, and just, so thankful for the opportunity I got.
What do you do off the ice? Like, we talk so much about hockey, but you have a life off the ice. What do you do?
I love to golf. My teammates like to hit the links whenever we get a day off, so I'm not a consistent golfer. I hit a really good shot, and 5 shots later, I'll lose about 6 balls.
All right, well, thank you so much for visiting, and good luck with the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it, man.
I love golfing, and in the summertime, try to play like once, twice a week, in between training and skating. Obviously, hockey's more of a team game, and golf is more of an individual sport, but you gotta have a memory of a goldfish. Because if you hit a bad shot, you gotta forget about it real quick, so it's definitely gets the blood flowing, for sure. Okay, that was not good. As a kid, if you want to make it to the NHL, you got to give up a lot. You got to sacrifice a lot, and it's worth it. It's so worth it. Going out to dinner, meeting the guys like who you grew up idolizing, getting to play with them. That's about it. All right, dude. Well, hey, yeah, it was good to see you too. I'll see you around. All right?
You're gonna be around?
I'll see you. Yeah. Just text me if you want to do anything. The time flies here in the NHL. It really does. Yeah.
Did you ever think when you were a kid that you'd get to play on a team with Sidney Crosby?
No. Like, I had a picture of him in my basement, him and Ovechkin like beside each other in my basement. And yeah, to be able to play with him, like he's everything I thought he was, and then just an even better guy off the ice, right? So it's pretty cool. Just even think that now I'm considered an older guy is a little bit crazy. And you're just so thankful for all the people that have helped you get there. I'm gonna try to get it in 3 here, right there. See the red one? See it? Oh, that's money. Oh, that's just a bad bounce. It's just been amazing to be a part of a new organization in the National Hockey League. And never mind. Now I just, I want to win. I want to win it here. And all the new guys that have kind of signed here. I always bring up one story when, we weren't playing particularly well in a game. I think it was against Colorado. And, obviously, you want to play well every single game, but some nights you just don't have it. And that night in particular, we didn't really have it.
And Nicholas Aubé, Kubel, a pinballing puck.
I think we scored our first goal, and the building just, kind of erupted. And I think we ended up scoring about 2 more after that, or 3 more after that. It was pretty special. It just kind of shows that they were kind of, rooting for us even when we weren't playing our best. And we felt it, and we felt almost more embarrassed though after, because to have such great fans like that, you want to play consistent for them every single night. And, we got to be that team this year. You get a group of guys who mesh well together, and they can accomplish great things.
Preseason game here in Private Pledge Arena on the other side of the national anthems. When we come back, Mike Penn's got you covered with an abbreviated pregame show. This is Kraken Hockey.
Oh, look heavy hit. Laniers to the forehand with a shot. He scores! Short side stinger. Matty Laniers.
After we all kind of got into it, we started to really play more of a team game. We're just going to keep getting better.
Gruzicka cross ice, one-timer, great save by Grubauer.
Jaden Schwartz down the right side in front. McCann back to Schwartz. They score!
We played awesome. We need to carry this confidence in here.
Please welcome your mascot, Billy!
Shot taken, a goal!
They should feel good about their, about their night and about how they played together. And I like the progress tonight. But we're just going to keep doing the work day by day, and work to keep building as a group.